We're here in Jacksonville for a local card show. It takes place in two rooms over here on the left and the right. Let's see how we do. Grabbed this lot of 5 cards for $350, all vintage. Take a look at them now. So I wanted to teach you guys a little bit about the Carl Hubble card that I picked up. This was actually created by National Chickle between 1934 and 36. The baseball cards during this era were a 3-year release. What's also interesting about this brand is in 1935, they had one of the most famous pre-war football sets of all time. There's an iconic card in there, which is the 1935 Bronco Nagurski. So the same company that created the iconic Bronco Nagurski made these baseball cards between 34 and 36. But I also wanted to highlight Carl Hubble because he did something amazing during an All-Star game. He actually struck out 5 Baseball Hall of Famers in a row. So in 1934, he struck out Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin consecutively, which is amazing because 3 of those players, Ruth, Gehrig, and Fox, are easily top 20 baseball players of all time. So a little bit history on the card and the player. So the next purchase is this 3-card lot. There's 2 Acuñas here. He just got back from his injury, so now playing once again in the MLB. And then Torkelson, one of the top prospects. I paid $280. Retail is about $350, so 80% comps. So you guys can see that Acuña got activated and recently played against the Cubs. What I've noticed in the modern card market is when a player gets hurt, their cards do go down, but as soon as they come back from an injury, people start buying up the cards in the dip. So we'll see what happens if I can move these Acuñas pretty fast. Next pickup is this Bryce Harper Black Heritage Chrome Refractor. Now these things are really tough to get in a PSE 10. Anytime you have a black bordered card that is inserted into packs, they often chip or have damage into them. So tough to find in a PSE 10. Harper, one of the best players in baseball, got this for $135. I know a lot of people hate on Harper, but I wanted to show you guys some of his stats and why I think he's on track to be a Baseball Hall of Famer one day. So currently he is under the age of 30, which some would suggest would be like a halfway point in a career. And he has 41.3 B-WAR. Now the Hall of Famer level, you need to have between like a 60, 65 and upwards, assuming that you did no steroids or other actions off the field. Home run wise, he's already more than halfway to 500. Hits wise, I don't think he's going to have 3,000 being at 1,300, but still, you know, if he ends up between 2,500, 2,800, still a great career overall. And there's another stat that I like taking a look at is OPS plus, which pretty much shows you like how often someone gets on base and how well they do on base. So career wise, he has a 143. That's standardized to 100 for the average baseball player. So Harper, well above average. Top of that, you know, winning 2 MVP awards, being a 6-time All-Star does help, and Rookie of the Year, Home Run Derby champ. I think if Harper continues to play out his career in Philadelphia with his long contract, he will make it to Cooperstown.
We purchased it from a Facebook marketplace. It was $50, which is way below comps. And I don't know. Sometimes you just bite. Something seemed fishy, but when I got it, it was pretty evident right away, especially from the back. It almost just looks like paper. These rated rookies usually have this cartoony look, but this one was just obvious.
There's been an influx of fake chrome cards that have been hitting the market. Some people have a fake chrome material on them. They can't replicate it for sure, and others use paper. Now, this is an optic. You can see this over here. This should have a chrome finish on it. Unfortunately, this is a paper card, so the forger didn't do a good job with that. So just by looking at the surface and knowing how this card was manufactured, you would be able to tell that this is fake. Pickup is this 1948 Yogi Berra, which is his rookie card. That sticker price is $325, knocked off $25 for $300. It looks really sharp. found out it came out of a binder. So take a look at it right now. Now, this was the first official release under the Bowman brand name for baseball cards, but the company actually did create cards earlier. In the 1930s. Gum Inc. created a bunch of non-sports cards, and between 1939 and 41, the Play Ball baseball brand was out, and you might know it because of the Ted Williams rookie card in 1939. Went to some bargain bins and picked this up for $50. Retail, we agreed, was probably about $80. There's some room to move these cards. Take a look at a little mixture of modern and vintage. Grabbed this Tom Brady Prism for next week's Fenway card show, and also this Bowman Mike Trout rookie. Gonna pick up both of these for $260. Now, 8.5s can be tough because not a lot of people search for them. Most people either try to grab a 9 or a 10 for their collection. Some people will want 8s, so 8.5 is kind of that weird grade. But it does make sense often if you can buy these at or below an 8 price, because it is technically a higher grade. And when you can get a superstar like Mike Trout that everyone wants to have in their collection, they do tend to be a little bit liquid. There's another fake found at the show. It's a 2000 Tom Brady. Now, this is a better one because of the foil on there. But I'm going to show you how to spot the fake. So here's how you can spot the fake on this Tom Brady. Now, the first thing I noticed on it is the stock itself. It might be a little tough to see on video, but this is a super thick card in comparison to the real, which is a lot smaller. Now, when you feel the texture on this as well, it is really, really glossy. I've noticed a lot of the fakes have those. Now, what makes this fake scary compared to others is that it has foil, so you can see the foil down and over here and above there. A lot of the counterfeits that I see just print on the foil. There's no foil actually attached to the card, but there is on this one. So if you see this Tom Brady out there, make sure to pull it out and check the surface on it. Make sure thickness is right. As you can tell, it's pretty tough to actually bend this card. So you guys saw I found 2 fakes today at the show. It's not uncommon to see. And if you want to learn how to spot fake sports cards, make sure to check out my book on Amazon. It is about 200 pages. The first half of the book covers different ways that you can learn about the stock, the texture, printing patterns, fake slabs, and much more. The second half of the book goes over 50 of the most fake cards within the hobby. You guys a picture of both the real and fake card, as well as a list below. So make sure to check out Spotting Fakes on Amazon. Got this 2011 black Brady for $250. The edges on this look pretty nice, so I do think I'm gonna end up grading it. So to see any of the images of the past Bradys, I went to the PSA Pop Report, went to appraisal over here for 2011 Topps, and it typed in Tom Brady. Now this was card number 400. This is the red jersey black, and wanted to load that up. So it's been 2 sales of the 8. The last 8 sold for $460 in 2021. So if mine comes back as an 8 or higher, assuming I can get the same price on the Brady, I know Brady market has gone down a little bit on some common cards, rare cards. I don't know for sure, but this is what the 8 looks like. And in comparison to mine, this has some more issues on the corners. You can see the white over here and the white there, as well as this card. It is off-centered. Look at the left to right. So we'll see how it ends up doing. I did send it to PSA with their $50 economy grading. I've heard it's about 30 days right now, so we'll find out in about a month. Overall, I had a great time at the Jax card show. I try to go here every 3 or 4 months, assuming that the dates line up. It's about a 2.5 hour drive for me, but with traveling out of state all the time for some of these card shows, it can be tough. Now, what to expect if you are going to the show. First off, bring cash, because there are a few dealers here that will not accept PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, or any other payment method. So cash is king for them. Also, there is a good portion of vintage, I'd say about 30% of the show, and it is very baseball and football heavy. So if you don't collect these 2 sports, this is not the card show for you. There's other ones out there that can have everything from soccer to F1. This focuses mostly on baseball and football. And that's it for Jacksonville. See you next week, Fenway.